What's up, everybody? Welcome into Funsie, a disc golf podcast. We're going to start off by talking about the disc golf content creator we hate the most. 3, 2, 1, Ben, you go.
That I hate the most. Actually trying to think if there's actually one that I hate the most.
At this point, I'm invested just to see if you give an answer.
Yeah, I mean, for real. I was going to give
just a joke.
I was going to give
No,
a
I know,
meme answer,
I
but-
know it's a joke, but I'm really trying to think if there's a content creator in disc golf that I don't like their content as much.
Yo, let him hear it, boy.
No, this is a tough
Real.
task. That maybe there isn't. Maybe there isn't.
So all disc golf content is good then.
Here's the thing with disc golf content.
Ben doesn't want to be inflammatory, and I respect it.
I'm like that. I feel like this podcast is like Sajko, voice of reason or whatever. Me, I'm just kind of like, I'll say some stuff, but I'm kind of like in the middle, and then Jay Millie's like, so like that's a spectrum. It's like Jay Millie, me in the middle, and then Sajko on the other side. But that's why it works.
I hate Broderick Dean Thompson. I have beef with that guy.
I hate the Banana Frolf video because they took over Frisbee Frolf, or like
I
the
know.
idea of banana, right?
They killed Bodanza's Banana Froth.
Oh, that's
Although
hilarious.
he changed the name of the YouTube channel,
true.
so
He
it
did.
was,
He
it was
killed it
free.
first. Maybe it was a copyright infringement buyout. Maybe they bought him out.
Probably not, but
Anyways,
yes,
three of the four of us are all here.
All disc golf content is good. In disc golf, we just got to keep trying, keep pushing, and I don't know. I don't think we're there yet at the comparison stage. Obviously there's people that are very high and that are going to keep pushing and make people work harder, but I don't think we're at the stage where it's like you're going to be the only way to be successful in disc golf is this high polished content creation like we can see in other spaces like golf, for example. Golf, like the most popular creators in golf are the ones that are have multiple cameras, multiple crews, like Bob does sports or whatever, and like good off the top of my head.
I highly disagree with that take. I am tired
we're
of
back.
I am tired of hearing that excuse. Yes, there is not as much money in disc golf, but storytelling doesn't revolve around having high quality gear or high quality stuff. At the end of the day, if you want to make a good video and put in effort. There is a lot of bad disc golf content. There's a lot of good. I agree with Ben in the sense of
Jay Millie!
Hey, I'm flaming Ben, Gannon. I'm flaming him right now.
He can't hear you. He's flaming me right now because I said disc golf. We gotta just keep trying.
I agree. I'll say this. I agree with your take that, like, yes, we just need to keep going. Like, I don't think anyone should stop making content. I disagree with the fact that I think that people should try to make more high quality stuff when their stuff isn't working. If what you're doing right now is not gaining traction and gaining views, then don't keep doing the same thing. Iterate and make something better. That's my take.
Yeah, I don't think I was necessarily saying that. Like, obviously, if you're just like recording on, like Broderick had this Nokia thing if there's a content creator just recording on that, it was just terrible quality. I was just more so saying like there's the top, like you got like Jay Millie, Bodanza, like Broderick, Simon, Gannon, even of like content, but in foundation another round, but like that's just such a small pool that like not everyone is going to be able to be at that top because it's like only a few creators right now. So eventually I like just even if you're not able to make that high quality right now, I was saying just to keep pushing and keep going, and eventually it'll keep all. What is the quote? All rise tides lifting boats, something like
Yeah, nailed that.
That's what I'm trying to say. Is like there's not as much content creators in disc golf, so you shouldn't be discouraged if you see someone like Jay Millie and don't have the means quite yet to do it, that you should stop. That's what I'm saying. It's just like there's a standard, but it's not like I don't know. That's what I'm trying to say.
I think we have the same opinion. I don't think you can say that all disc golf content is good, though. Like, I think we're trying to say the same exact thing.
Yeah.
but
Okay.
I just don't agree with the fact that you can say that all disc golf content is good.
So when I'm saying am saying all disc golf content is good, I'm more so thinking of like I'm thinking of a small pool of content creators. I guess.
So
I
only
guess
a portion of disc golf
yes,
content.
yes. I'm not thinking like I don't watch the random like that have never heard of. So yeah, you are right. I was more so thinking like the people of like the top or like
yeah.
That's more what I'm saying, not like Joe Heiser who has like 700 followers and is doing like disc review. Like, obviously, there are people like that, and it's not great content. I was more so thinking, like, the actual content creators in the space that are actually kind of either full-time or making money or doing it successfully. I think it is good, and, there's only room to go. So, yeah, I agree with you. Not all content. That's just, like, with everything. Like, there's going to be terrible content with everything. So, yeah, that was a bad take by me. Bad wording.
No.
Funsie podcast.
I'm being inflammatory on purpose. Yeah, what is your opinion,
this
Sajko?
is what I'm talking about. This is good. This is why the podcast is good. We got Jay Millie, me in the middle, and then Sajko.
No, I know. I'm just
like,
saying we're truly each filling each of our roles to at least 98% accuracy right now. It's impeccable. I thought maybe listeners can even hear it. I almost know where the direction of each topic is going to go, and it's just fun to listen to it unfold. I think.
Yes.
All right. Gannon is here.
Hold on.
I have a question for you.
Do you guys want to talk to Gannon? I can. I mean,
Who?
Jay Millie just roasted. I should just. I'm not a host anymore. I gotta leave.
No.
No, I'm
right,
just kidding.
Gannon.
Do you want to talk now, Gannon, or later? I feel like I have some things to say, and then we'll bring you on because
Yeah,
we haven't recorded pod and like.
Just share the headphones.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, what were you gonna say, Sai? Is there anything that I need to be a part of for the first 20 minutes, and then I can hand it over to Gannon?
No, I was just gonna add to the topic a little bit and just be like, I think there are a lot of people that have a lot of talent and show promise. I think it's just all about how they respond to like, oh no, I had a video that didn't do well. It's like, okay, what did you do next? Did you try to pivot or did you try to continue doing the thing that you were doing? I know, I guess I'll get like a little bit more personal. Like my mom is someone that is so unbelievably talented at every single medium of art. Always has been. And always wanted to like make it her dream to like get into some aspect of art. But it kind of seemed like, as much as I love my mom, when there was a speed bump, she would get discouraged and maybe not continue down the path, which is sort of the most important part. Like as long as you have the talent, it's like you just have to keep going. So I think there are just a lot of people that are probably in the midst of that right now. And we're just seeing the present.
Yeah, and that's spot on what I was trying to communicate. Is just like disc golf's in a spot where you might not have the best content, but you just gotta keep going. And then eventually, and I think there's so much opportunity in disc golf because you don't have to have the best content in disc golf right now, and you can still get a decent following and kind of get your feet off the ground. Whereas opposed to like fishing or something like that, if it's not entertaining, good content, you're probably not gonna get sponsors, or like views. But in disc golf, it's like if you're dedicated and obviously you want to improve, but there's definitely a lower barrier to entry, where you can get a pretty solid fan base and stuff like that. So
that's kind of a flex.
Going.
That's kind of a flex coming from you while at Gannon's house, about to put Gannon on the mic. Starting from humble beginnings to just like, yeah, I mean, if you just try, you can end up in the world's best player's house.
No, that's literally my story. It's like that's literally my story. I'm not really a content creator, but I'm just like a disc golf influencer. I don't really know what to say. Influencer, I guess. But that's literally my story. I started at Stagger Sands as an intern, lowly intern, and met Gannon through that, and then started the expos, and now I'm Gannon's like full-time caddy basically. and full-time videographer and editor, and
As much as you don't think you are actively putting out content for Gannon, aren't you?
Oh yes. Sorry, I am creating content. I'm a content creator in that sense. Obviously, I take my job with Gannon very seriously, and I put a lot of effort into it. I'm more so saying like I'm not personally, other than the caddy POVs, which I'm pretty excited about doing. I haven't personally been like uploading YouTube videos, stuff like that. That's what I meant by.
Yeah, but that's like me saying I'm not a content creator because I'm not the one posting that for myself, and I'm not actively always in the video necessarily.
I mean, yeah, I guess we technically are creating content.
Yeah, like you are what is allowing it to even happen. Like everyone has their role. To go off of that, when we first started this, you're always like, yeah, I'm not a content creator, even now. But how do you feel like you've grown over like the last, dude, it's almost been 2 years that you've been doing content for Gannon and like being on the road. Like, are there things that you've learned? Yeah, where are we at? Are you comfortable? You still feel like you're learning every day?
No, like I feel like when I first went on the road and I posted those videos and Jay Millie roasted me, I think like he was 100% accurate and
Never
right.
forget.
He was 100% accurate and right. And I think I've come a long way, and it just gets easier with repetitions. I feel like my thumbnails, I've gotten a lot better at like.
Oh, your thumbnails are way better.
Yeah, you're killing it.
Yeah. So like just like subconsciously, obviously like Andrew Manginelli, shout out. Bonanza has even helped me like with something with thumbnails. So I'm just learning stuff like that, but just knowing what works. I feel like I don't know, just a lot of things I've been doing a lot better, where it's a lot easier in the process, and I think about it like pretty instantly, where before maybe I didn't think about it. And also, I do feel like I've grown a ton, and I mean, the views are, I guess, an example of that. Like, it's a lot easier because it is Gannon Buhr, the #1 player in the world. Like, I could probably record him on a potato to get views, but like our views this year are like. Last year, a bad video was like, I don't know, 5-10K. This year, our floor, I want to say, has been like 20, 25, 30K, which has been
That's insane.
Insane.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Like, we just posted a league video last week, got 50K, and we just posted another one just because it worked, and we're like, okay, let's go to league again and do a function only round, and it's like 3 out of 10 on our YouTube. So. Whoa.
Hey, 4-4. Bob Evans in the chat.
Bob Evans. I was like, I thought a random person just hacked into our mainframe.
For the listener, Grant just joined and
Let's
will now
go.
be
He's
contributing.
You
back.
guys are live right now?
We are
We definitely
13
are.
minutes
You
in.
need to turn down your mic.
Yeah,
a
you
little.
got to
are-
connect your mic too.
Yeah, that would help.
But
I
anyways,
don't
yeah.
even know where my mic is. I'm gonna be
Stuff like
honest
that,
with you.
just learning what works. But that was the biggest shock, seeing that kind of format work, and that now, like, if we upload a video, we're expecting minimum. I think right now minimum 25K and that's like a bad performing video for us right now, which has been amazing.
Yeah, kind of going back to what Sajko said a second ago and what you just said, Ben. I am a big believer just in the sense of like you just first of all, you gotta post, and like if you want to do this thing, start doing it, and then you gotta keep doing it even when it gets hard, and then continue to iterate, because you're just gonna pick up stuff as you go, like even if you're not thinking about it, you're gonna be 1% better every single time you post a video, like it's just intuitive. And so like that's kind of what Ben was saying, and then with Sajko's mom as well, it's like
Yo, what are you talking about? No, I'm just kidding.
you just have to power through.
We're so back.
Even when it gets hard, and continue to get better and keep doing it. And like, shout out my friend Anderson. I've talked about him on this many times, and I know he's listening. But I'm always like, Anderson, you just gotta make more videos. You just gotta keep posting. You just gotta keep doing it. And he's trying, but sometimes he forgets.
Dude, we got to bring Anderson on soon because he is he like? Does he work for you part time or just as like your buddy or like what are Anderson's goals with content?
I mean, Anderson's goal, my goal, and I think Anderson's goal is if at any point I hire an employee, Anderson will be my employee slash homie slash best friend slash full-time editor slash all that. But as it stands, for the most part, he gets a lot of free discs, a lot of free trips, and I pay him a little bit for some of the things that he does.
That's so sick. There's no one more deserving. I mean, he's been there. He's been pretty much since the beginning, right?
Well, yeah. So I think I've talked about it on the podcast. I met Anderson randomly when I went to Waco 2 years ago, and I was being the PDGA live scorekeeper, and some guys in the crowd were like, "Yo, Jay Millie," and I was like, "Hey, I need you guys to like film me while I'm doing this. Like, I need extra B-roll," and it was Anderson. And then after the round, he airdropped it to me. He's like, "Oh, I live in DFW." And I was like, "Oh, sweet. I don't have anyone to play with." And then I started playing with Anderson, and now we're the best of homies.
I did not know that story. I don't think you've ever said that story.
Yeah, so Anderson was a fan first. He's still my biggest fan. Just kidding. My wife is probably, but Anderson's my second biggest fan probably.
Yeah, I have a similar story too. Shout out Ruminos. Sajko knows Ruminos. He came up to me in Pong League. Yeah, he came like 2 years ago. He's like, or 3 years ago. He's like, big fan. Talked to me, and I thought it was just gonna be that. And we just slowly started hanging out, and now I literally call him my left-hand man at my expos. Like he's like I'd say like probably like second in command guy, where he's like doing the dirty work, like where it's like, hey, this is happening, I need help. That he's like that guy during the expo. So
yeah,
just cool stuff like that where it's like they like you don't expect, and from now he's working with me.
There's so many good people in this sport. Not to get sappy, but like each of those people that you just talked about, I was like, oh yeah, love that guy, and then oh yeah, Ruminos, love that guy.
Bro,
I don't know if you guys listened to last or 2 weeks ago's solo episode that I did, but I won't harp on it too long just for listeners because they already heard it. But I essentially was like, Charlotte, awesome, disc golf, great, does not compare to New England disc golf. Like, I miss New England. I see all my homies that are up there doing it, and I know so many things are cherry picked on social media. You only see the good stuff, yada yada. But I'm super excited for the fall time and being able to go up that way. And I'll be there I'll be at GMC. It'll be my first time actually. Ooh,
no
come
way.
on.
That's New England. That's where I'm from. Well, you should go to Maple Hill. Maple Hill is literally my hometown. I could show you the creepy cemetery spots that everyone goes to.
How close is Maple Hill to GMC?
4 hours, but yeah. GMC is like an amazing tournament. I will never miss it. It's just so fun. Me and Gannon, this is our routine. We go to Cupboard's Deli. If you know, you know. Play around. Well, he plays around. I caddy for him. Then we go to Burger Barn, and then there's a creek that we jump in, and it's just beautiful up there. So it's like the best place on tour.
It's my favorite. Vermont's my favorite place in the world. Just like growing up there for the last 20-ish years of my life, because that's just where my family's always gone. So learning disc golf, it just breathed new life into the area again. So like I've been to Smuggler's Notch plenty of times playing. It's my favorite disc golf complex in the world. But I've just never been to the tournament, and they're flying Joe up, so naturally I'll be going with them. And then if I'm there, I'm just going to stay for Maple Hill. It's not like I have to, like I live there. I can just be there and do easy content. So I'm really excited to see a bunch of buddies and make fun content and see you guys now. It's obviously I know Ben is going to be there, but
Maple.
Maybe.
Have you played Maple Hill yet?
Only in 4 feet of snow.
Oh yeah, at the expo.
Joe will be playing Maple for the first time.
I'll be at Worlds as well, so I'll see you guys there.
I will see you next weekend then.
Yeah, boy, can't wait.
Wait, you're going to Sajko?
Yeah, I'm gonna be.
Sick.
I'm gonna be at Worlds. I'm gonna be at Maple. I'm gonna be at GMC. So USDGC. So I'm about to be. I'm just gonna be basically on the pro tour at this point.
Yeah, you're full time touring now.
Is Joe awesome. Going to all of those, or are you doing content? Or
we're going to all those.
Sajko's Joe now.
Low key. He's not going to be at Maple for the tournament, but he wants to go play there just because I mean, when you're right there, it's 4 hours to get to Maple Hill. So like, just fly out of Boston. It just makes sense, and it's going to be in beautiful condition for the tournament coming up. So,
Totally.
Anyways, if anyone sees us there, say hi. Please come hang out.
Yeah,
Please.
yeah, that was something I was gonna say. Is at the end of the day, guys, we are just normal people. Don't bug us too much if we're working. But at the end of the day, we're just normal people. So don't feel intimidated to talk to us. We're happy to talk.
Yes,
sure.
please. It's actually like my favorite thing ever when people recognize me and talk to me. It's actually my favorite thing ever.
Yeah, especially with the Ben Kenny lover account.
That's on, dude. Did you see? Yes,
They had
that
t-shirts.
the t-shirts. That I don't know. It's just such a cool thing to just be a part of. That like someone randomly thought to make t-shirts of my face. Like I don't know. It's just like a very
So wild.
humbling experience, I guess, where it's like, wow, like this is super cool. So, and yeah, that just came from those kids just yelling Ben Kenny, yeah, and I just like was like, hyping them up, and then they made t-shirts. So yeah, come talk to me too. I love it when people talk to me.
Ben, what day are you on for putting challenge? How long is How long is it going to
today's
go?
day 30. Today's day 30. How long is it going to go? Is it until I beat the evil putting wizard? But I will say, guys, like this is the theme of the podcast. Putting in reps, you actually get better. I am making so many more putts, insane putts, and it's like if I just started this 3 years ago, I would be way better. But it's just I just hate practice putting, or I did hate practice putting. Because, I could make up a million excuses on why I don't need a practice putt and, like, I'd rather be doing this, But now that I have posted it to the internet, it's like I feel this obligation, and now I'm actually enjoying it because it's like I can actually see rewards. Like, Gannon will tell you today I hit some insane, like, absolutely just absurd putts that I would never want to make, and I'm making a lot more just in the circle. I'm still not great, but it's a lot better than, I'll still miss my 20-footer, 25-footer here and there, but it's a lot better than previous. So it's been honestly a very successful experiment, and I hope to just keep doing it because I really think this is the only way where I would practice putt is because I've tried it for years and to try and get better at putting, just didn't do it just because I just didn't enjoy it. But now I'm starting to because of that kind of, I don't know, accountability. It helps. But now that I'm getting better and seeing, it's like going to the gym. It's like, if you start getting a six pack, you're like, oh, this is sick. But getting there is pretty hard.
What was the breaking point? Did you talk about that before?
The breaking point is 955 rated now. And I've been pretty transparent here. My goal has always been to like be good at disc golf. That's one of my biggest reasons I'm so driven by the sport, is because I just love playing it so much. And then I started keeping my stats this year during tournaments, and the yips, just like missing 20-footers and just like being terrible. And the biggest thing is just like I would miss like 5 circle ones per tournament. And 5 circle ones is like 5 strokes. And I know it's so easy to say, like, if I made every putt, it'd be 1,000 rated. But like that was generally how I was like starting to feel. It is just like I'm throwing the disc so well, and then I'm just not putting it in the basket. So I think that was the breaking point. It's like, okay, like my throw feels good, my form feels good. Like there's like I've overcomplicated that. I've overdone that to the extent of like there's nothing else for me to do. I just gotta throw. So what's the next best thing to do is putting. So I started just transitioning to putting to try and get better, and it's paying off. I can't wait to see, because I haven't played a tournament yet with this putting practice. Tournament. Everyone makes fun of the way I say tournament, even Gannon. But so I'm excited to see
Literally a tournament.
if tournament wise, it's going to translate. Because practice wise, casual round wise is translating, but tournament wise, if all of a sudden it's going to be a lot easier to shoot 960, 970 rate rounds. So like today, I shot a 1,004 rate round according to my barb-tomologist, casually, obviously, in Iowa. So, like, yeah, but it's casual. That's the thing. But I hit a lot of good putts. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Huge.
Hell yeah, brother.
Do you guys want to talk again now? I feel like I've talked so much. I'm sorry, chat.
Let's do it.
Is he just waiting in the corner?
Yeah, he is. Ganny or Harper. Come on. It's your time. Talk to the boys. All right, guys. Here you go. Gannon Buhr, number 2 player in the world.
You guys
Wow.
are matching.
Yes, we are matching because he's my guy.
Yo, what's good?
Yo, haha. Damn.
Are we in the studio now?
We in the studio. Start rapping.
Yo, what's good? What's good? All right, what's up?
Gannon, I want to let you know that the Creator Challenge video will be out later this week. I'm editing it right now.
You lost the files?
No.
All right, we're in.
It's going to be better
All
than
right,
the last
fire.
one. 'Cause,
For real?
Nah, I don't know. We'll see.
Even
didn't
more
win.
views this time?
Probably not. That would be insane.
Dude, that was crazy.
Okay, Sajko has a question. Sajko, you can go first.
Gannon, we're all going to Worlds. First time. Oh, we're joined by Bob Evans
Bob Evans is
2.0.
back.
Let's
He's
go.
back.
So we're all going
Welcome
to
back,
Worlds.
Grant.
Curious, what are some things that people should check out when they're around those courses? Or like, is there good food? Like, I would imagine there's tons of people that are going to be coming in.
Holden's Pizza. It's like right outside the Metro Park, and it's probably 5-10 minutes from the course. But it's like the greatest pizza spot. You can play mini golf. It's pretty fire.
Writing it down right now.
And they have discs. And they have discs as well. They have discs and they have other food. It's pretty solid. Other than that, it's kind of middle of nowhere, so there's not too much to do.
Like, what are we talking? Like DX bullfrogs or like full blown selection?
Full selection. Like huge selection.
That's elite.
Fire.
Hold on. Is
It's
Michigan
like
built
a-
different?
It'd be like a fourth of a disc golf store, I would say.
That's not,
Not
bad.
bad at all. All right, go ahead, Mr. Miller.
All right, more serious question, Gannon. Coming into this year, obviously, you'd like to go back to back. What are you doing to prep for Well, I guess you haven't started Worlds, but what's your plan once you start prepping for Worlds? What is your mindset? Like, how many practice rounds? What are you doing?
I want to get at least two.
Worlds?
Yeah, at least 2 practice rounds on each course. I feel like is a good number. I think what I did really good last year was just not making any stupid mistakes, and sometimes it's tough to actually figure out what the exact correct game plan is going to be. Last year I had 5 bogeys at Worlds, which I think was the lowest bogey rate, because my game actually felt horrible last year at Worlds, but I was like, the only chance I'm going to have is if I just outsmart everyone and mentally will it in there, and that's pretty much what I did. But it takes a lot of focus. It's very mentally draining, so I've said no to a lot of the things that have been asked for me. I'm just like, I really don't care too much about the media. I just want to win the championship, and then we can do whatever afterward. I think, we've been playing quite a bit of disc golf recently. I think one thing I've been doing is trying to figure out my bag, trying to make sure I have the right disc for the holes. I think there's a lot of holes out there that you might need to break a disc out that you haven't thrown in a while. For me, it's like a more understable PD. I've been making the PD I have work, but I think I'm going to need something a little more understable. So I'm going to be making sure I'm bringing the right backups and stuff like that. But yeah, the prep, I just want to make sure I'm not out throwing my arm, but I think the main thing for me is just studying. And if I'm confident with where all the OB lines are at, the landing zones are at, and then when I get to that position in the tournament, just to basically not shoot myself in the foot, I'm going to feel pretty good.
Yeah, I've been pretty vocal about this in my videos as I've been trying to get better as a pro, but those Pro Tour courses are not only physically taxing, especially like Toboggan, getting through 18 holes of that, walking up and down, especially 3 rounds is going to be physically taxing. But when you're on the Pro Tour, you can't mess up even a little bit, because you're going to be OB. It's just going to cost you so many strokes. So the focus that is required for 18 holes, sometimes 4 hours, is insanely taxing. And, I was listening to you talk about, like, I think it was in your speech last year after Worlds where you were like, I just played 5 solid rounds, kind of like Isaac did, and just chipped away. And I know you've talked a lot about the idea of like being as aggressive, as good as you are. Do you are you planning on playing less aggressive during Worlds since there is 5 rounds? Like in a situation where you might try to make something work for par, would you just, do the easier thing and take a bogey? Is that like a mindset you have at all, or like is there really no big change like that?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like what you said, like what I said. It's actually easy to win Worlds if you can just place like 5 solid rounds. We have to have all 5.
Yeah.
People have definitely won Worlds with like 3 solid
Crazy
rounds,
heaters.
a not great round, and then a crazy good round. But even with AB shooting 15 down last year, Ezra Aderhold had a 14 down. They still didn't win the tournament. And it's you really can't shoot worse than like a 7 under each round, because it just kind of shoots yourself in the foot, where you have to then, I think I averaged around like 9 under last year per round to win, which is like nothing crazy. I mean, I'm birding half the holes basically, but I'm not having any crazy. I think the best round I shot was a 10 under. So nothing. I didn't play like an insanely hot round, but I just wasn't putting myself back. And I think the thing is, I always tell myself, like, I actually did like a little graphic edit where I edited all like 90 holes from Worlds in a row together, just to see the green and the gray and whatever that was my scorecard was. And you can't really tell which round is which, but you can just see like at what point in the tournament I started to heat up, and it could be over a course of multiple rounds. Like for example, like last year, going into the final 9 holes of round 4, I was only like 2 under for the round, and I ended up birding the last 7 holes of the course to then give myself a 2-stroke lead. And then just like that, I think I started 8 under through 11 in the final round. So I had a stretch of, 18 holes where I went 15 under par, or sorry, was it? Yeah.
15, yeah.
15 under par, yep. So that's at the time, it's like, okay, I'm playing solid disc golf, but you think of an 18-hole stretch where you birdie 15 holes, you're getting so many strokes in the competitors, even though it doesn't seem like it kind of goes under the radar just because it's over a multiple-day span. So I think the main thing for me is, like, no doubles. You can't be taking double bogeys. You're maybe allowed, like, 2 mental errors for the entire tournament. But I'm thinking back to Worlds last year, and over the 5 rounds, there wasn't one shot where I was like, okay, that was the wrong shot. I threw everything that I thought was right, and it all came down to execution. And if it was an execution error, I can live with myself.
But you made the right
decision. But yeah, I just don't want to be making any dumb mental errors. That's where you lose your strokes. And with a 5-round tournament, you just got to stay in it the whole time.
I kind of along that vein, you definitely do like a lot of commentary and a lot of stuff outside of your actual play, and I think that's great for your brand and great for you as a person. But like you mentioned, you said that you've turned down a lot of stuff for Worlds. Do you kind of just like weigh that on a tournament by tournament basis, or is it like just much easier to prep for other tournaments? Like what is the big difference? Just Worlds matters that much more for the legacy, or what is it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the European Open, I guess, I don't know. I was asked to do commentary for Jomas for the European Open, and at first I was like, there's no way I'm going to do that during a major. Yeah. But it ended up being not that difficult to do. I was staying up about that late anyway, and it kind of, I don't know, it was almost like relaxing, because I was able to watch myself play, and I was actually able to see like, oh, maybe I'm making a mistake here that I need to fix. And it was kind of nice. It was just really smooth. That whole week was just fun. But in general, when the bigger tournaments come around, I don't care about the media. I just want to play good, and a lot of that is like, saying no to these things that might be good for your brand, but I'm looking a little bit further down the road, because I mostly just care about my performance. I think I do enough already to basically build my brand in terms of media, so I'm okay with sacrificing a little bit of that. We kind of saw with like AB at the beginning of the year, where he was doing that birdie every hole challenge, and it just it was too overwhelming. I mean, it takes too much time, physically, mentally. I mean, I know he's not editing the videos, but he's still having to do them and film them and talk. And that's like, I can play a 5-hour disc golf round of the Pro Tour and play more holes, but my brain is fried. I don't like really want to talk to anybody. So afterward, so I think, yeah, it's just making sure the mental is fresh and you're feeling confident and ready and not psyching yourself out.
For sure. Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about like, obviously you won Worlds last year, but I know that was like a record hot summer in Europe. And for people that don't know, Europeans don't understand the concept of air conditioning, and honestly made it really difficult to even sleep at night. Like, did you struggle at all to like stay focused with that, or like did that come into like bothering you at all in the course? Or yeah, I don't know.
This is where making investments pay off, because I was like, well, I'm not doing this, so I bought a hotel room for the whole week and I stayed in air conditioning in the hotel room. So there are only certain hotels have it, and it only went down like, I think like 72, but it was a lot better than like the 78 that I was sleeping in. So that's another thing where it's like, it's tough to, depending on where you're at financially, but take that one step back to take the 2 steps forward. It almost always pays off. But sometimes you have to take a bit of a risk. And like, sometimes it's just like, I'm a little stingy. I just like, I don't know, I'm like, whatever, I'll be fine. But at the end of the day, it's always worth it to just, whatever, pay the extra money, get what's going to set you up best for success, and go with that. So that I definitely was like, okay. So I mean, for me, sleep is almost my number one thing. If I get bad sleep, I'm cooked. So I was like, I need to get good sleep.
Are there any players going into this Worlds that you maybe are like concerned about, or you think will pop off? Like I guess what kind of player do you think will shine at these 2 courses?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, distance is definitely a premium at Toboggan. I'm really looking at Calvin. I think Calvin's going to have a really good shot at this Worlds, just looking at the courses themselves. There's not a ton of forehands really at these courses, which is going to, I think, kind of make it so some of their players don't have the best chance. But looking at that Black Locust course, I actually got a chance to go on the property last year. It wasn't the exact layout we played, but after watching the videos that have kind of slowly been coming out about that course, it seems like there's a lot of like late fairway driver turnover shots, which is like kind of Calvin's bread and butter. And the fact that there's not a ton of forehand shots, he should be doing pretty well. They just added so much out of bounds at these courses. He's a very smart player, and I think he's pretty mentally strong as well. So I think that's gonna matter a lot. I'd say Calvin. I think Isaac's gonna do pretty good as well. So I think us 3 would be. I wouldn't be surprised if that's like final round lead card. And I think for myself, it's mostly just about making sure my game feels good. If my game feels good, I know I'm going to be confident. But, as weird as it is to say this season, I've had a hard time really feeling that consistency all year long. There's some tournaments where it feels uncomfortable, and it feels like I'm not going to win the tournament, but I can still get top 5. But when I'm really locked in and dialed in, there's been a few tournaments this year, like the Queen City Classic. I felt really good about my game. European Open, my game felt good. And at that point, it feels like as long as I do what I need to do, I'm going to definitely be in the mix at the end of the tournament. But so with Worlds, it's just got to get lucky that your game feels good that week, and then hopefully you can take advantage of that mentally.
Sorry, last one for me, Josh. Like, if there's not too many sidearms, like, how is your backhand feeling going into this? Are you doing what are you doing to prep for this?
Yeah, and I think that's what's tougher for me is I'm still trying to figure out my backhand swing. Honestly, what's been saving me this year is my forehand. Like, I think my forehand for probably 60% of the season is better than my backhand. And in terms of consistency, I'm not going to throw to OB as much. I'm able to get up and down from literally any spot off the fairway. I think I'm leading scrambler rate by quite a big margin right now, and I think that's a lot because of my forehand. And it's just like my bread and butter. I think I saw a stat. I was leading birdies on short holes, and I think that is because of my sidearm. So, yeah, I think it just takes going to the field. I went to the field the last couple, or at least today, and I'm going to go to the field hopefully, potentially tomorrow, but I just need to feel comfortable with my form and really know exactly where my release point's at. And I think once I can build that confidence and kind of almost like fake it till I make it in a way, like one of my favorite things to do in the woods is throw the disc as hard as I can and not care where it goes. Just full send. I love ripping in the woods drivers and just trying to break the hole basically. And when I have that mindset, I almost feel like more confident. If I can get that confidence and not play scared, I think that's where I play my best.
Yeah, kind of going off of that. I mean, obviously everyone's seeking the game feels great feeling, like, you know, you ran away with the European Open and Queen City Classic, and you said you felt great there. What is it that feels great? Like, can you just not throw the disc wrong? Is your mental there? You're just excited? Like, what is different about those times than like when you feel uncomfortable?
I would say there's two things. The number one thing that matters the most is that I'm not shanking. There's no shanks almost the entire week. And when you don't shank, you know, you can play a pretty solid tournament, but if you have 1 or 2 shanks around over 3, 4, 5 rounds, that adds up to almost 10 strokes at the end of the weekend. So these tournaments that I'm not so, you know, you see like when I'm off, I'm still able to have a chance at the win, but when I'm feeling good and I'm not shanking, I can win by 5 and 5+ strokes.
Yeah.
So I think that's the main thing is I'm not spraying, and when I'm missing, it's not that far off. I'm not missing my line or my angle by too much. It's not even the good one.
Well, keep going. This is just product placement.
Sorry.
I paid for this.
Number 2. I think it's just confidence, like feeling comfortable with what I'm doing, and that comes from, you know, whatever. It's on the backhand side of things. If my backhand's feeling good, I feel like I have one of the best in the world in terms of just the variety of shots I can throw. If I'm confident with the backhand, I think I can get to like crazy landing zones on par 4s, which almost just gives me a guaranteed birdie. And that's where I feel like I get most of my strokes.
Yeah. All right. I guess last question for me. I feel like, I don't know. I've never talked to you about this specifically, but it's kind of assumed in the community, at least in my opinion, that you will win many worlds. But in order to do so, you know, you got to win number 2, you got to win number 3, and start stacking them. So what are your feelings coming into potentially going back to back or getting that second one? Because in my opinion, it feels like a stepping stone, but you can't take it any lighter than getting your first one. Do you have any feelings in regards to that at all?
I mean, there's a lot of pressure, I think. I mean, overwhelmingly, I'll be the favorite no matter what happens. You know, I won D-Glow the last 2 seasons. I'm the highest rated player ever in the world right now as well. There's just a lot of like statistics that back me winning this tournament, but I don't think that makes it any easier.
No.
Because people just step up at Worlds. It's what happens. People, they care so much more at Worlds, and I feel like it's almost like a little bit too much in disc golf. I think there's a little bit too much weight on Worlds, but it is what it is. But you have to show up in the big moments. So I think if I can get this one, I've talked about how comfortable I am in Portland. I've won the last 3 Portland Opens, and I just feel comfortable out there as well. And I think if I can get this one, it puts me tied with Isaac, puts me tied with Ricky. I'll tie Ricky for total majors career. And so like it's these like you said, stepping stones, these building blocks that are really cementing my career. And you know, I think I can take that momentum into USDGC. If I could, after this season, be a 3-time United States champion, 2-time world champion, like that's pretty legit. It's a lot. I mean, that's a lot of titles, a lot of majors. That would put me at 7 majors, which is, I believe, 4th all time, maybe 5th all time. So, I mean, yeah, it's big. I mean, I just want to give myself the best shot I can. It'd be a dream if I could, you know, play my best disc golf and really smoke the field, but I don't think it's going to be like that. It's going to be tough. It's going to be difficult. Just got to stay in the mix the whole time. And like I said, I feel pretty comfortable with the next few Worlds if I'm able to win this one.
Yeah, I could definitely see 15, something like that, maybe 10.
5 Worlds, worst case, right?
5 Worlds, probably worst case, something like that.
I want to shout out Ben before we give it back over to him. What are some key roles that he plays, you feel like, on a week-to-week basis for you, and just kind of keeping you on track and feeling good?
He's just like so annoying that I have to be mentally strong.
I feel like, you know, kind of going back to the focus thing, do you think that he helps you by taking some of those mental loads off of you that would come from like filming YouTube videos and getting other content out and carrying the bag and stuff like that. Like those things add up, at least for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mind space that you can't put towards
when I'm
other
like,
things.
yeah, like when we're making content, it doesn't really feel like I'm like working.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels like my friends just filming me basically, which is like, it's good because it isn't like, that's what really wears me down is that just the feeling of work basically. That's what wears me down, and having to like not be myself, be a little more professional, like all that stuff just like kills me. I hate it. So I think having Ben, it makes it a little bit easier for me just to have fun. I mean, we have a very similar personality. He always says like I play my best. Like his job is to keep me unfocused. That way I can be focused. Because like we're just like, there's been tournaments where we just troll the entire tournament, and it just like I play so good. I don't know how it works, but it's magic, I guess. But so I think having someone like that, just someone that's similar to you, is good to have. And then obviously, grow my brand as well. It's nice to have Ben to make it easy, and he knows what I want in my content as well.
Easy.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
All right, Gannon, pleasure talking to you. Bring back Benneth Kensington.
Benny, come here.
Thanks, Chili. Thanks, Ganny.
You're back. Shout out Chili
Bye.
Benny. We're making a fire song after this, all right?
Guys, who was that?
Trendsetter. Yo.
We're making a world.
Yeah, Grant,
Dude, it
no
says Ben in the
questions?
corner.
What's up?
What
Is
is
that
up,
Gannon
gang?
Burr?
Is that just like Ben's friend or something that came on the pod?
That's Bob Evans, actually.
Facts.
Difficult
that
to
was
pivot
electric.
from that.
That was electric.
Dude, like I was listening to the background, and it's like, bro, I should not have even like joined this podcast. I should have just had Gannon in my seat from the beginning, because everyone's gonna just skip over the first 20 and just be like, yep, like listen to the Gannon's Worlds preview.
No, literally. It was so those are just questions I was like, I wonder about this, Like I wonder what he thinks about this, and I wonder what he thinks about this. And Gannon
Well,
is-
I heard him talking about like our caddy relationship, but yeah, it's literally funny. Like he just performs better just by like. That's my joke. My goal is to keep him on. I forget whatever he just said.
memeing, trolling.
No, like he's the most focused when he's unfocused. Or my goal is to keep him unfocused, because that's when he focuses. But yeah, it's just true. It's just like it's just worked. Of just I don't know. I think it just alleviates some pressure off him, and I think that's the biggest thing. It's just like when he starts to feel like like the doom and gloom. So if we're just like hanging out, having fun, it's worked out so far. I don't know. That's my
Heck
caddy
yeah.
tip.
Sick. Well,
You're
we all know to
caddying
go to
at
Holden
Worlds?
Pizza.
No, Schlebach. So I'm basically caddying him full time now, but Schlebach gets all the majors. No questions asked. Obviously, if Schlebach can't make it to a major, I'll caddy for him. But Schlebach will most likely be at all majors.
So what are you doing there? You have like sort of a freebie week to.
Well, yeah, for Worlds, yes, I definitely have a freebie because Gannon's not gonna record any content. That's why I'm kind of like trying to ask him to record content right now, because I know once his mind shifts, we're not gonna get anything. So I've kind of been begging him, like, yeah, we gotta film more than just one video for the week. So yeah, it actually will be a much easier week for me per se, because I know he's not gonna want to record any content. He's gonna want to be locked in. But for me, yeah, I basically just go and spectate him. That's like my job. I know, Schleibel will be caddying, but I don't know, I'm kind of like there just for like support system. He still talks to me every once in a while. Like, I don't know. I'm just there to support. That's it.
Sick.
Love it.
I do want to shout out. I have this in my notes. I know, Josh, you've been doing the monthly matches on the Armory YouTube channel. Dude, I love the Armory YouTube channel.
Yeah.
He does such a good job, and you can tell that each part is thought out. And he's mostly just playing flexes, it feels like, while doing disc golf content. I know, you do that, and like a lot of other people do that, but it just makes it seem so casual. and like
Yeah,
about
yeah.
about the homies, but it's still focused on him. Difficult to describe, but yeah, it's I've been going back through and like watching everything. So if he's listening, yeah, I just
Shout
wanted
out,
him to
Nick.
know. I just wanted him to know.
I
It
know
was
he
so good.
listens to some of this stuff, but we talk a lot about content, and he cares a lot about it. So at the end
He
of
would
the
love
day,
to hear that.
Yeah, he does a
yeah,
great job.
Yeah. I'll definitely tell him that you gave him a shout out. But yeah, he does a great job. Shout out Nick from Armory. Everyone go check him out.
Also, last podcast episode, I basically went through. I started it with 10 discs that I feel like got absolutely blanked. Like releases from this year, just whatever, pretty much. And it's not based on sales or any actual metric. It's just me kind of being a part of the disc golf community. It's just like, oh yeah, that disc did nothing, or it's like no one cares about that disc.
Yeah.
I'm curious what you guys would be able to come up with.
Wait, so this was 10 best discs so far?
No,
this
10
year,
discs
or
that
10
got
worst?
absolutely blanked. So pretty much discs that you're like, oh yeah, that did come out, but like no one cared about it.
this year.
Doesn't have to be, but if you have one in mind, go for it.
Flip Mageddon's like the first one that comes. I couldn't even say that with a straight face.
Yeah.
Well, that's so hard because it's like, I obviously know them, but if they didn't catch traction, then I probably just forgot about them. Something that definitely comes to mind for me right now is Infinite trying to do their little 3 prototype thing. I didn't think that caught very much traction or whatever.
Never even heard about it.
Yeah,
honestly.
they did like 3 prototypes, and they were like, you guys get to pick which one goes into production or something like that.
Yeah.
But they picked like fairway drivers, and I just feel like you're never really going to have a lot of success with a fairway driver. Like a fairway driver, in my opinion, is really hard to like bump it out and it just pops off immediately. I think it's much easier to do that with like a distance driver or a putter. I don't know, personally.
Yeah, makes sense. So like
I-
as an example, unless you have one right now.
No, go ahead.
Mine was the sled. Like I made like a top 10. Dude, the sled is pretty
Wow,
much
yeah.
It has like pretty much all you have to do is like give a disc Berg somewhat resemblance, and people they're gonna go for it. They made it the official disc of Worlds. I would imagine it's probably just some sort of ploy. Not ploy. That's a harsh word, but just like, let's boost those sales, brother. I'm sure it's not doing what they would like it to do. I don't know if anyone's thrown it.
I remember specifically at the Disc East, they brought
Yes.
a ton of sleds, and that's when they kind of announced it, and they didn't
Yeah.
sell out. And I remember being like, "What? How did you guys not sell out?" Now, personally,
Well, part of that was my
I-
fault. I should have put them next to Discraft, but that as a promoter, I'm learning these things of like that as a no-brainer. They probably would have sold more if I put them right next to. But the reason I put them next to the PGA because I was thinking PDGA Worlds, and I put them next to PDGA. That's an oversight, but I think that also played. That's on me, Nate. I'm sorry. I should have put you next to Discraft.
I would not blame all of that on you.
no,
All,
I don't.
all
No,
due,
no,
all
not-
due
not
respect.
all of it, but
Otherwise,
I'm saying
people they would have been sold out at this point.
They would have sold way more. I feel like
Well,
But I
maybe.
agree with you, Sajko. I think that it's probably performed pretty well. I'm sure I'm a little bit biased. I bagged one for a little while. I like the disc personally, but I also feel like when a disc flops, it's when it's not really picked up by the pros. And from my understanding,
For
there's
sure.
not a lot of disc golf pros that really like the sled at all, which makes sense because there's not a lot of pros that like a Berg S disc really that much. Like there are definitely a lot, like some pros that do have those discs in their bag and are prominent for that. But at the end of the day, you look at a Discraft team member and every single one of them throws a Buzz. A lot of them throw the Sagara, and that's part of the reason like the Sagara was such a successful disc right out the gate. Like I think that the sport has definitely pivoted a little bit away from like whatever the pros throw, everyone else throws. Like I think that content creators have a lot more influence, and like I think that there's just so many discs out there that people will do, will try a lot of stuff. But at the end of the day, if it's not picked up by the pros, then people aren't going to be that interested in it. Like for me, I just learned that Innova released a new putter. Now I'm a known Innova hater, so whatever. Like
What?
don't take that as like facts, but like what is this sync? I've never even heard of this until like a day ago, and like
I
I guess they've been
believe-
promoting it.
And I could be wrong. Funzy fact. I believe it's a beadless invader.
Interesting.
So this ties into sales a little bit. It's one that I was just like, here's a new putter, and they were selling really well. So
Yeah, I was
it's
actually
getting some hype,
intrigued by
like-
them. I was intrigued by it.
Wait,
'Cause
it's a
You
beadless
know why?
what?
do you know what the invader is? It's kind of just a
Oh yeah,
sort of a
from
niche.
Foundation.
It's like a polecat, but not
No,
at the
it
same
has.
time.
Yeah, so I think it's beadless. Like definitely the most shallow profile of any. I think they said this of any other putter in their lineup, except for like
Interesting.
I referenced the bullfrog earlier somehow, another niche putter.
Yeah,
But-
Well,
yeah.
I think
I
those
think
are
it's
somewhat
because
close.
Innova doesn't have like a solid putter lineup per se.
For sure. Yeah.
So that's
mean-
probably maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense. From my understanding, I'm an Innova hater, but no one else is. You know, like I don't understand
I
why
love
dual
Innova.
plastic discs sell at all. You know, and apparently they're the most hot discs. I was talking to the Armory guys, and I didn't even know, or like he was Nick from Armory. I was with him, and we were filming a monthly match, and he's like, "Bro, my phone's blowing up. I don't even know what we dropped today." And he's like, "Oh, Duo Mambas came out," and I was like,
Bro.
"No way, no
The
way."
Mamba, everyone
No
loves
way
Mamba.
that disc sold at all. And he's like, yeah, they sold out in like 3 minutes. And I was
Yeah,
like,
brother.
what? A Mamba in the worst plastic known to humankind? Why would anyone buy that? But I guess people like that. No.
You're crazy for that,
The worst.
dude. The Mamba.
plastic.
This is what happened at drop time. I'm working at my desk. Cha-ching, 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 and you're like, what's like what? Yeah, someone check that right now. Mamba's gone. 45 minutes,
Yeah.
all gone.
What? Isn't that like, I mean, I've thrown one before. It's like the flippiest disc of all time. In driver
Well, this
form.
one's not as flippy, at least as far as Mambas go. But yeah, I mean, it's a Mamba.
I guess
What are
it
you
is.
gonna
It's
do?
dude.
driver.
I will say, I think we're in a different class, Jay Millie, than like most people. We can throw pretty hard. I will say, like the people that can't throw very hard, I think their main driver, in my experience, is always the Mamba. Like that's their like
Interesting.
bomber. Like I know a lot of people that throw the Mamba.
That
will
sets the
enjoy.
standard
I-
for flippy. Like, I want to get into a distance driver.
I am officially putting out a poll, or like, I don't know, friendship request. I would like more friends that are AMs. All of my friends are professional disc golfers, so they throw 65 to 70 miles per
Well,
hour.
we
I
have
know
Baby
no one that
Destroyer right
throws these
here.
discs. Huh?
I'm just kidding. I was saying we have
I was
Baby
about to
Destroyer right
say.
here.
Well, okay.
I'm the
Grant
Mamba
lives-
King.
I
I'm
need
just
people.
kidding. I don't throw Mambas.
I need people that live in DFW. Like, yeah,
if you live in
Grant's the
DFW.
am of all AMs, but not just kidding.
It's a good
All
buy.
right, sorry. I've been.
I'm the best player
inflammatory.
that has been on this podcast today.
Oh,
Ooh.
bold.
Real quick, guys. I have up and coming touring player Harper Thompson. If he wants to come on, chat with y'all. If y'all do you guys know Harper by chance?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it cool if he comes on and chats with you guys? Maybe get a different perspective of his prep for Worlds.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'd be interested to talk to him about that.
Okay.
For sure.
Bob Evans. All right.
He's just gone. That's perfect.
Okay, I was always like,
He's like,
see
no.
you later, G-Star.
Harper,
All right,
hate him.
Harper.
Wait,
come
why
on,
did
come
you
on
leave?
down. He probably busy. I mean, it's
Oh.
9 p.m. there, so for
Oh,
them.
okay. That's hilarious.
How's it going, guys?
What's
Hello,
up, brother?
How's it going?
Nice to have you on,
Yeah, glad to be on.
dude. How is it out in old Iowa? Are you prepping for Worlds or what's up?
Yeah, we're getting some good practice in. Today we hit the field and then hit a local course, so getting the bag dialed in, getting certain shot shapes dialed in, and yeah, feeling ready.
What are some discs that you feel like? Because Gannon talked about adding certain discs to his bag for these courses in preparation for Worlds. Like, what are some things that you're messing around with, or you feel like you have to add to the bag, or maybe you don't at all?
Yeah, I mean, looking ahead to the Worlds courses, it looks like it's going to be very driver heavy. So having like very specific driver slots in your bag, I've really learned on tour that like it's so important to be really dialed in on like every single slot. So the way I'm building my bag, I like to have like probably about 5 distance drivers, 5 fairways, ranging from, like super overstable to fairly understable and having everything in between. So I think the slots I'm trying to dial in the most are like a slight hyzer flip driver that gets a little bit of turn and then comes out. So I've been throwing like a 400 D3 for that slot.
Let's go.
And then been messing with a 400 F3 for kind of a similar shot shape in the fairway line, just slight hyzer flip to flat. I think that shot shape's going to be really important. And
no hate to you, Harper, but people know who Gannon Burr are.
Here we go, dude.
I feel like you should give an introduction to who you are for the people listening.
True. Yeah, please.
Yes. So, no hate to you at all. I know who you are, but I do think there might be some listeners who do not know who you are. So give a elevator pitch. Give a who Harper Thompson is and why Harper Thompson's going to beat Gannon Burr at Worlds this week.
of course, that's the important part. No offense taken at all. So yeah, my name's Harper Thompson. I'm on Team Prodigy. And this is my first year on tour. So back in December, I graduated with my mechanical engineering degree from the University of Tennessee in Knoxville.
Gang.
And my plan was always
mechanical engineer.
Okay, nice. And the plan was always to hop on tour after that. So this is my first full year. So I'm really I'm touring with Gannon, Gavin Babcock, and Sullivan Tipton. So really a great group of guys to tour with all year. And
some of the most talented
just getting
players
to play.
on tour.
Absolutely. But yeah, I'm 1025 rated and played most of the tour events this year. Play a lot of A tiers as well. And the reason I'm gonna beat Gannon at Worlds, it's my first ever World Championship. So I just plan on going 1 for 1.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh,
at that point, never play one again. 100% success rate. That's elite.
No, I'll stack up some more.
Yeah, okay.
I
was about to say you're a one
We're having
and
him
done
back on the
season kind of
pod.
guy. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, what Gannon was talking about, you have a pretty decent forehand. He was talking about how these courses don't shape well for the forehand. Do you feel like you can rely on your backhand enough on these courses to kind of make your way through, or are you going to force a forehand sometimes?
Yeah, I think there will be a few shots where I lean on the forehand. Like, I haven't been to the toboggan in 4 years, so like my game has changed, the course has changed a little bit, so I have like a general idea of how I'm going to attack that course. And then obviously the Black Locust is going to be new for everyone. I think I will probably force forehands on the holes that bogeys are going to be really prevalent and birdies are going to be at a premium. So like I'm looking ahead to like hole 1 at the Black Locust. Like I haven't seen that hole in person yet, but it's a 480-foot hole, kind of like a late turn backhand with OB super close to the basket. So if I can throw a forehand up there, and I've got pretty good distance on the forehand where I can throw it 450 feet easily if I need to. So get it up there, maybe have a long look, or maybe just par it. But my forehand is definitely the shot that's like the most reliable to put it in a spot that I need to put it in. My backhand is, I'd say it's probably the weakest part of my game. I have the distance I need to compete and the accuracy, just not quite the consistency of some of these higher level players. So that'll definitely be like a focus coming into Worlds and then like in the off season as well.
I love it.
I feel like I've seen you had a few good tournaments over this year. What do you think you need to kind of like bust one out? Kind of get that extra sauce. Is it that consistency on the backhand side? Is it just less mistakes over a tournament? What do you think you need to win Worlds this week, or get one before the year is through?
For sure. I'd say with the current state of my game, I kind of have to rely on the courses fitting my game really well. So like for example, at Hornets Nest, I was able to get a solo 5th place finish because that course required distance forehands with accuracy through the woods, which is probably the best part of my game. And so that course fit my game really well, and I was able to perform there. The courses that hold me back are a little bit more distance backhands with insanely tight accuracy. So I think of like the European Open course in Tallinn. That one was just a struggle to score on. I mean, it's so tight with all the OB lines,
Bro,
and
it's
you have to
literally
throw.
so hard.
Yeah, I was going in expecting like an easy course from last year, and then I show up and they made that place so incredibly difficult. Um, so I think in terms of looking ahead, I'm going to have to improve some things about my backhand, my form. I probably need a little bit more distance so that I don't have to be throwing like some more tricky shot shapes
Yeah.
to execute. And getting into like the technical things, my backhand is very nose up, which doesn't bode incredibly
feel
well
you.
on tour. Yeah. I mean, keeping drivers on a tight line with a higher nose angle, it's a little bit tougher. I have to shot shape a little bit more, bend it more left to right. So I think improving on that, and then just getting my accuracy dialed, and even just trusting my backhand a little bit more, and realizing it's like, yeah, maybe it's not at like the upper echelon of the game, but obviously it's still like in the touring pro realm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Another question I'd be interested to hear your take on, as someone, you just graduated, first year on tour, what is, like, did you set out, I'm going to do 3 years regardless? You needed to have some level of success this year to do it more? Like, what is a goal for you touring? Obviously it's to win and make a life out of it, maybe, but like, what is it? What is making it? What is continuing to do it look like for you?
And also,
Yeah, that's great.
before
Yeah.
starting, I want to tack on to that. What do you feel like you've learned? I'm sorry if that's like a low hanging fruit question. I just think it's interesting. Is you have an expectation before going on tour, and then I'm sure there's things that you've learned as you've been going about it.
Yeah, there's a lot to attack there. So, I mean, disc golf has always been my dream since a young age. I've been playing my entire life. And so, I mean, I remember when I was like in 4th grade, I was like, Mom, you should let me homeschool so I can practice disc golf all day and so I can be the best player in the world. And that's just kind of always been the goal. But there's real life constraints, and like obviously I went and got my degree. So my current plan is, I said I'm gonna give this thing 2 full years for sure, 100% I'm in, and then we'll reevaluate. A huge part of that is going to be sponsorship contracts, the trajectory of my game, stuff like that. So I'm coming into a contract year at the end of this year, and then regardless, whatever that brings, I'll be touring next year. And then we'll see after that. I mean, the way I view it is like I'm 10-25, so that puts me kind of right in the middle of like a average touring player. It's my first year on tour, so I'm fairly hard on myself, but I'm trying to give myself grace that that's not a bad place to be right from the get-go. But I do want to move into that top 10, kind of player. And so if I see myself kind of moving that direction and it's financially viable, then I definitely want to continue my touring after those 2 years. And then in terms of what I've learned the most this year, I think like I kind of alluded to, like giving myself some grace. It's tough learning to play the hardest courses in the world every week. Growing up, I'd play a few tour events here and there, so I kind of got a taste of it. But like every week, you can shoot over par any round, and that's just not something I'm used to. I'm used to playing courses where I can show up, not have my best stuff, and shoot 7-8 under par. And out here, it's just you have to be so mentally dialed with your bag, your game plan, your confidence. So I think just learning to trust myself, and just find a way to score even when things are off. I'm still learning how to do that.
Yeah, that's definitely been my experience from the one event I've played as well.
Yeah, that's such a good perspective, though.
For sure. So you're signed next year on Prodigy, or you're gonna be at the end of this year a free agent?
I will be a free agent at the end of this year.
Okay, and you're currently the highest rated Prodigy player, right?
I believe so, at least like full-time touring. I know Jesse Longenecker's pretty high rated.
Okay, yeah, he is.
but
He is
I-
up there as well,
I believe I might be. Yeah.
just barely or close to him or whatever.
Yeah. I think we're right up there.
Yeah, that'll be interesting for you, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm glad we
To
got
figure
to.
out
I'm
how
glad that we got to
next
talk
year-
to you.
Yeah.
I can tell that you have like a good head on your shoulders, and I mean, we'll all be out at like various events coming up. So hope that we can catch up with you and be following
For sure.
along. Yeah.
That'd be great. Thanks for the
Yeah,
compliment.
is there anything you want to share? Is there anything you'd like to tell the people about yourself as we wrap up the pod, or bold
I
claims,
mean, just be bold claims, man. Put me on the spot here.
hot takes?
Um,
We're
yeah,
happy
we
to
could-
have all those.
hot takes. Jeez, I probably have so many. Hot take. I'm gonna win Idlewild.
Oh,
I
okay.
like that. That
I
just
do
makes
like that.
sense.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's a forehand course. I've
Mm.
played it a ton. Like, I feel comfortable there, and like, I don't sign up for a tournament if I don't feel like I can win it. So, I'm
Respect.
just gonna take a big, as Gannon says, or a gamble here. Put it out
Well,
there.
I'm gonna
win.
one-
I'm gonna
when
win
you
Idlewild.
win Idlewild, I'm gonna do one of those edits where it's like hot take. I'm gonna win Idlewild.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah, we
And
got
then
that on
it'll be
video,
sick.
son.
Yeah,
Sweet.
easy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, thank you, brother.
All right, well,
Yeah,
thanks for
appreciate you
coming on,
hanging out.
Harper. Glad to
Yeah,
pick your
thanks for
brain.
having me on. It was good talking to you guys.
Yeah,
Later,
see
my
you
man.
at Worlds, and best of luck. Go kill it.
All right, appreciate it.
Is Ben in the immediate vicinity? Oh, he's just waiting on
He's
deck.
ready. He is ready.
Yeah, I'm here. Shout out Barpy.
I'm gonna call him
Barpy?
that from now on.
That's the name. Barptomologist. Barptholomew. Barper.
Guys, it feels good to be back. I'm glad that we could all.
Dude, this was so fun.
I'm glad that we could all, including Bob Evans and Bob Evans 2.0. Like we really, we really brought our best stuff this week. So, yeah. Unless you guys have any closing thoughts, appreciate everyone hanging out, and yeah, apologies that we didn't put anything out last week. We're getting towards the absolute crazy butt kicker poop water end of the year. It's going to be a lot of exciting stuff, and we'll do our best to
Bro,
keep putting out
maybe
fun content.
in-person pod next week?
2
That's
weeks.
a possibility. I do have my microphone.
Look, I
and
want
like
to.
my setup.
I want to. I can't promise that because I am just Daddy Joe's shadow.
Well,
Valid.
what if it's me, you, Jay Millie, and Connor Price?
Hey yo,
Or
I'm
Joe?
just kidding.
What if we had
That's
Joe
not
on
possible.
as a guest?
it could happen.
There we go.
No promises there. I would love to see you guys. It's been too long. But yeah, appreciate everyone listening. Until next time, Funsie out, I guess.
Funsie.
Yeah, Fonzie.